Today we're counting down the 3 worst and 4 best German cars to drive forever. These aren't just opinions, but is backed by thousands of owner reports, master mechanics, and real-world reliability data. Some of these machines will run 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. Others will drain your bank account faster than a weekend in Vegas. Let's get into it. Worst number 3, Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, the entry-level Oops. Starting our worst list at number 3 is the 2014 Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, and we're calling this one the entry-level Oops. This is the C117 generation, and it promised young buyers an affordable ticket into the 3-pointed Star Club. Under the hood sits a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4, making 208 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. On paper, that sounds pretty good for a $30,000 Mercedes. But here's where things fall apart. The 2014 model year was the debut year, and Mercedes rushed this car to market. Consumer Reports ranked it as one of the least reliable vehicles you could buy that year. Owners reported constant rattles and squeaks in the cabin that made the car feel cheaper than a Honda Civic. The interior materials were subpar for a Mercedes, with buttons that faded and trim pieces that broke off in your hand. But the real problems went deeper than cosmetics. The transmission would hesitate and jerk during shifts, especially in stop-and-go traffic. Electronic gremlins plagued these early cars, with malfunctioning sensors triggering random warning lights. The infotainment system would freeze or reboot while you're driving down the highway. Even the ride quality was harsh, with excessive tire noise that reminded you this was built on a budget platform. If you're thinking about buying a used CLA 250, you need to verify that all the technical service bulletins have been applied. Get a pre-purchase inspection from a Mercedes specialist who knows these cars inside and out. The truth is, Mercedes built this car to hit a price point, and quality suffered as a result. It was designed to attract younger buyers who wanted the badge without understanding the ownership costs. What you end up with is a car that doesn't deliver the quality you expect from Mercedes-Benz. It's the automotive equivalent of buying a designer handbag that falls apart after 6 months. The 2014 CLA 250 earned its spot on the worst list because it damaged Mercedes' reputation for quality. But if you think that's bad, wait until you see what happens when Audi tries to combine stunning looks with buried turbochargers. Worst number 2, Audi RS7, the gorgeous money pit. At number 2 on our worst list is the Audi RS7, and we're calling this beauty the gorgeous money pit. We're talking about both the C7 generation from 2014 to 2018 and the C8 generation from 2020 onward. This 4-door coupe is absolutely stunning with its fastback roofline and aggressive stance. Under that sculpted hood sits a 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8, making north of 560 horsepower. 0 to 60 happens in under 3.5 seconds, and the Quattro all-wheel drive system puts that power down like a missile launch. When this car is running right, it's one of the most thrilling sedans on the planet. But here's the problem that makes mechanics cringe. Those twin turbochargers are buried deep in the valley of the V8 engine. When they fail, and they do fail, the entire engine has to come out of the car. We're not talking about unbolting a few components and reaching in. The whole engine comes out, which is a 40 to 50 hour job at most shops. The repair bill runs between $18,000 and $22,000 depending on where you live. Some independent mechanics won't even touch this job because of the complexity and specialized tools required. But wait, there's more. The rear sport differential that makes this car handle like a dream can fail and cost you $12,000 to replace. If your RS7 came with carbon ceramic brakes, a refresh will set you back $8,000. Even before any of that gets fixed, you're paying around $2,000 just for electrical diagnostics. The RS7's electrical system is so complex that even Audi-certified technicians sometimes struggle to pinpoint issues. One mechanic put it this way: the RS7 is what you lease under warranty and return before the bills start. It's not a car you own, it's a car you rent from Audi. And here's the cruel part. When it's running right, it's one of the best cars on the road. That V8 sound when you downshift is intoxicating. The way it launches from a stoplight makes you feel like you're piloting a spaceship. But long-term ownership is where the beauty fades and your bank account drains. Speaking of draining bank accounts, our number 1 worst pick makes the RS7 look affordable. Worst number 1, BMW 7 Series, the financial destroyer. Taking the top spot on our worst list is the BMW 7 Series G11 and G12 generation, from 2016 to 2022. We're calling this one the financial destroyer, and that nickname is well earned. This is BMW's flagship sedan, loaded with massaging seats, gesture control, and a twin turbocharged V8. You can find these used today, starting around $35,000, which sounds like the deal of the century. But trust me, you're about to find out why they're so cheap. Under the hood of most models sits the N63 twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8, making 445 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. This engine has a problem that BMW actually calls normal. It burns 1 quart of oil every 1,000 miles, and that's not a leak, that's by design. But oil consumption is just the warm-up act. Turbo failures around 60,000 miles are common, and the repair bill is around $15,000. According to data from multiple repair shops, this failure pattern has been consistent since 2017. And it's not just one turbo that fails, both turbos typically go around the same time. Because this is a BMW flagship, you're not just replacing turbos, you're paying for 20 to 30 hours of labor at $150 to $200 per hour to access them buried deep in the engine bay. Then there's the brake-by-wire system. When it fails, you're looking at an $8,000 fix just to stop the car safely. The tech stack is gorgeous when it works. iDrive 6, gesture control, a digital gauge cluster that looks like it's from the future. But when the electronics start acting up, diagnosis alone can run you $2,000 before they even touch a wrench. Sometimes they can't even find the problem. The car throws codes that lead nowhere, and you're paying for guesswork. Here's what one owner explained. I bought it at 55,000 miles thinking I got a steal. By 70,000 miles, I'd spent more on repairs than I paid for the car. The turbos went, then the brake system, then random electrical faults I couldn't even explain to the mechanic. The final straw was when the car went into limp mode on the highway, and the dealer wanted $3,000 just to diagnose it. The G11 and G12 7 Series is beautiful to look at and incredible to drive, but it's the ultimate financial destruction machine. And now that we've covered the 3 German cars that'll have you on a first-name basis with your mechanic, let's shift gears to the good news. There are German cars that combine performance, luxury, and bulletproof reliability. These are the machines that'll run 200,000 miles and beyond when you maintain them properly. Let's start with number 4. Best number 4, Mercedes-Benz E-Class W212, the safe bet. At number 4 on our best list is the Mercedes-Benz E-Class W212 generation from 2010 to 2016. We're calling this one the safe bet, and it's earned that nickname from mechanics and owners alike. This generation hit the sweet spot between old-school Mercedes durability and modern technology. The E350 model came with the updated M276 3.5-liter V6 engine, making 302 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Unlike earlier versions with troublesome balance shaft issues, this engine performs well with basic upkeep. The W212 E-Class boasts a ride that's smooth but not overly soft. Steering feels substantial, and the cabin is both comfortable and built to last. While all cars have some faults, the E-Class tends to suffer only from minor quirks. You might see occasional electronic hiccups or small oil leaks, but these are manageable, especially when you consider the overall package you're getting. The facelift models from 2014 to 2016 offer updated styling and improved infotainment, all without sacrificing the solid mechanical foundation that made this generation so popular. If you're in the market for a used Mercedes that won't bankrupt you, this is one of the safest bets. Consumer Reports data shows the W212 generation has significantly fewer problems than newer Mercedes models. The key is finding one with proper maintenance records. Look for cars that have had their oil changed every 10,000 miles with Mercedes-approved synthetic. The transmission fluid should be changed every 60,000 miles, and the coolant should be flushed on schedule. When you maintain it properly, this E-Class will reward you with years of comfortable, reliable luxury. One owner mentioned, "I bought my 2014 E350 with 60,000 miles 3 years ago. I'm now at 140,000 miles, and the only thing I've replaced outside of maintenance is the water pump at 120,000 miles. The car still drives like new, and I have zero plans to sell it." That's the kind of ownership experience you want from a German luxury sedan. The W212 E-Class proves that Mercedes can build a car you can actually keep past the warranty. But if you want the ultimate German performance car that's also reliable, keep watching. Best number 3, Porsche 911 Carrera 99 1.2, the reliability king. Coming in at number 3 on our best list is the Porsche 911 Carrera 99 1.2 generation from 2017 to 2019. We're calling this one the reliability king, and that's not an exaggeration. The 2018 model year was named the most reliable German car of the past decade by automotive specialists. After analyzing thousands of owner reports, this 911 came out on top. Not just reliable for a sports car, but the most reliable German car, period. Under the hood sits a refined twin turbocharged 3.0-liter flat 6 E46, making 370 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque in the base Carrera. Step up to the Carrera S and you get 420 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 happens in 3.9 seconds in the S, and the quarter mile disappears in 12.1 seconds at 113 miles per hour. But here's what makes this 911 special beyond the performance numbers. It has minimal electronic failures and minimal mechanical issues. Owner data shows these cars routinely crossing 150,000 miles with proper maintenance. Some 991.2 models are selling for more today than they did 3 years ago. That's unheard of in the automotive world, but it speaks to the car's reputation. This isn't just a sports car you drive on weekends. It's a daily driver you can trust, a weekend warrior that won't leave you stranded. And it's an investment that actually appreciates over time. The driving experience is what German engineering looks like when it's done right. That flat six sound is unlike anything else on the road. The precision steering makes you feel connected to the pavement. The balance lets you carry speed through corners with confidence that borders on supernatural. And here's the best part, you can drive it every day. The ride isn't punishing like some sports cars. The cabin is comfortable with supportive seats that don't beat you up on long drives. There's even a front trunk for groceries, making this a surprisingly practical supercar. To keep your 991.2 running forever, use only Porsche-approved 0W40 synthetic oil. Never extend service intervals beyond what Porsche recommends. Replace wear items proactively, and find a Porsche specialist who knows these cars. Do that and your 911 will reward you with decades of reliable performance. But if you want a more affordable German classic that's just as reliable, our number 2 pick delivers. Best number 2, BMW 325i E46 The Stayer. At number 2 on our best list is the BMW 325iE 46th generation from 2001 to 2005. We're calling this one the Stayer because it quietly outlasts almost everything else on the road. Under the hood sits the M54 2.5-liter naturally aspirated inline 6, making 184 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. Now, you might be thinking that's not a lot of power. But here's the secret. This understressed engine lasts significantly longer than the higher output 330i. The M54 2.5-liter has no major design flaws. It uses proven technology, has excellent cooling when maintained, and regularly sees 250,000 miles and beyond. Online forums are filled with high-mileage examples still running perfectly. This generation also has the perfect balance of modern features without excessive complexity. The electronics are reliable, the build quality is exceptional, and parts are still readily available. The E46 chassis is known for its near-perfect weight distribution and communicative steering. It's the last BMW that truly felt like a driver's car before the brand went heavy on technology. To keep your 325i running forever, you need to stay on top of the cooling system. Around 100,000 miles, replace the radiator, water pump, and hoses as a package. This costs between $800 and $1,200, but it prevents catastrophic overheating. The Vano seals should be replaced around the same time. This is a $200 parts job that takes about 4 hours of labor. Do this maintenance proactively, and the M54 engine will run forever. You'll also want to keep an eye on the rear subframe mounts. Early E46 models can develop cracks, but this was addressed in later years. Use only BMW Long Life 01 approved oil, and change it every 5,000 miles if you drive hard. The manual transmission models are even more reliable than the automatics. The Getrag manual is virtually bulletproof and adds to the driving experience. One owner shared, "I bought my 2003 325i with 80,000 miles back in 2010. I'm now at 240,000 miles, and the engine still runs smooth as silk. I've replaced the cooling system twice, done the Vano seals once, and kept up with oil changes. That's it, and the car still puts a smile on my face every time I drive it." The E46 325i represents BMW at its engineering peak, but our number 1 pick proves you don't need a premium badge to get German reliability. Before we reveal our number 1 best German car to drive forever, let's quickly recap what we've covered. At worst number 3, we had the 2014 Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, the entry-level Coupes. This debut year model suffered from quality issues, electronic gremlins, and interior materials that felt cheaper than the badge suggested. It's the car that proved you can't cut corners on a Mercedes and expect Mercedes quality. At worst number 2, we covered the Audi RS7, the gorgeous money pit. Both the C7 and C8 generations look absolutely stunning and deliver supercar performance. But those buried turbochargers require engine-out service that costs up to $22,000. Add in the sport differential and carbon ceramic brakes, and you're looking at a car that's beautiful to admire, but brutal to own. And at worst number 1, we crowned the BMW 7 Series G11 and G12, as the financial destroyer. The N63 twin-turbo V8 burns oil by design and eats turbos around 60,000 miles. Combined with brake-by-wire failures and complex electronics, this flagship becomes a money pit that makes the RS7 look affordable. Now let's talk about the winners. At best number 4, we had the Mercedes-Benz E-Class W212, the safe bet. The 2014 to 2016 facelift models with the M276 V6 deliver the perfect balance of comfort, technology, and reliability. It's the Mercedes you can actually keep past the warranty without fear. At best number 3, we covered the Porsche 911 Carrera 991.2, the reliability king. The 2018 model was named the most reliable German car of the past decade. It combines supercar performance with daily driver reliability and actually appreciates in value. At best number 2, we highlighted the BMW 325 IE46, the Stayer. This understressed inline-six from 2001 to 2005 represents BMW's engineering peak. With basic cooling system maintenance and oil changes, these cars routinely hit 250,000 miles. They're the last BMWs that felt like true driver's cars before complexity took over. So what could possibly beat a Porsche 911 and a classic BMW for the number 1 spot? The answer might surprise you, because it's not a luxury brand at all. Our number 1 pick proves that German engineering excellence doesn't require a premium badge. Best number 1, Volkswagen Golf TDI Mark IV, ALH and BEW, the Marathoner. Taking the number 1 spot on our best list is the Volkswagen Golf TDI Mark IV from 1999 to 2006. We're calling this one the Marathoner, and it's earned that nickname through sheer endurance. Under the hood sits the 2.0-liter turbocharged diesel inline-4 with the ALH or BEW engine code. This simple, robust diesel engine has been proven in countless high-mileage examples. We're talking 300,000 to 400,000 miles with basic maintenance. Consumer Reports gives these a 4 out of 5 for reliability, which is incredible for a German car. The ALH and BEW engine is virtually bulletproof with its cast iron block, simple fuel injection, and minimal electronics. Real-world owners on TDI Club forums report 45-plus miles per gallon and 300,000-plus mile lifespans regularly. That's not just impressive, that's legendary. The only common issue is carbon buildup on the intake valves around 80,000 miles. This is typical for direct injection diesel engines. The fix is a walnut blasting service that costs between $300 and $500. Do this preventively and you avoid major problems down the road. Why is this Golf TDI our number 1 pick? Because you're getting German engineering, incredible fuel economy, and proven longevity, all for the price of a Honda Civic. A clean used Golf TDI can be found for $3,000 to $7,000, depending on mileage and condition. That's a fraction of what you'd pay for a luxury German car, but you're getting the same engineering excellence that goes into a Mercedes or BMW. The Golf TDI proves that reliability isn't about the badge on the hood. It's about smart design, quality materials, and engineering that prioritizes longevity over complexity. To keep your Golf TDI running forever, change the oil every 10,000 miles with VW-approved diesel oil. Replace the fuel filter every 20,000 miles to keep the injection system clean. Get the intake valves walnut blasted every 60,000 to 80,000 miles. The Volkswagen Golf TDI is proof that the best German car to drive forever doesn't need a luxury badge. There you have it, the 3 worst and 4 best German cars to drive forever. From the financial nightmares like the BMW 7 Series and Audi RS7, to the bulletproof legends like the Golf TDI and BMW E46325i, you now know exactly which German cars to seek out and which ones to avoid. Remember, even the best engines need proper maintenance to reach those high mileage numbers. Change your oil religiously using manufacturer-approved specifications. Use quality parts from reputable suppliers, not the cheapest option you can find online. Address small issues before they become big problems that leave you stranded. If you're shopping for a used German car, spend the money on a pre-purchase inspection by a specialist who knows these vehicles inside and out. That $200 inspection could save you thousands in repair bills down the road. The right German car with proper care can deliver hundreds of thousands of miles of reliable service. The wrong one can drain your savings faster than you ever imagined. Choose wisely, maintain diligently, and you'll enjoy everything German engineering has to offer. If you found this information helpful, hit that subscribe button and check out our other videos on reliable cars. Drop a comment below and let me know which German car you'd trust for the long haul. This is Tom from Seats and Wheels. Thanks for watching.